Hey guys, happy Monday. We survived a whole week of isolation. I'm not in complete isolation because I have my kids here and my two dogs and my husband, who, by the way, has not fixed the doorknob. So, how's everybody feeling this week? This is going to be our second week doing this from home. I hope that you guys are hanging in there. I know that I've heard from a lot of you saying that you wish that you had more to do and you're having a hard time because it's a little monotonous. So it's like the same thing every day. And that does get old. It gets really old. I commented on Schoology about how I'm really, some days are better than others for me. And what I'm kind of learning is that I went into this thinking that I know what I'm doing because we go on summer break and we have weekends and things like that. And what I'm finding is that I'm structuring my days the same way that I would during those times. So I'm doing work and that kind of thing, but in my time to myself, I'm kind of doing things the same way that I would on a Saturday or maybe the first couple of weeks of summer. And I'm realizing that I kind of have to change my perspective on that's a me thing. And I've got to change my perspective because this is new. This is a new situation and this is new for all of us. And I have to kind of reframe the way that I look at my day and the way that I spend my time and kind of make adjustments to create a new way of hanging out when I can't go anywhere or when I'm not sure what's going to happen tomorrow or when there's uncertainty and that kind of thing. So I'm kind of trying to reframe my habits and reframe things that I do because what comes next isn't always the same. So, on the weekend, we're going back to school on Monday. And so I have my prep and I have all of those things that I'm having to kind of learn to not do. Anyway, one of the things, which is a big thing that we've talked about, is staying busy, trying to find things to do. So again, it's a little bit different than how we would do it over the weekend or over the summer because we're also trying to take care of ourselves and we're also not sure how long it's going to be. So like if I am like, well, I'll do the laundry today and that'll keep me busy. Well, then it's like, okay, but tomorrow I've got to find something else to do. And sometimes I think it can add to our stress, but we can find little fun things to do. And I want to show you a little project that I have. I think I've talked to you guys about like I'm painting my room and I'm doing some other things. But I also am having some fun with terrariums. I don't know if you guys have ever seen terrariums or heard about them. But I used this glass jar. And you can use any glass jar if you guys want to make one. You can use like an old like food jar, just wash it out. Clear is best if you're going to do like some layers, but if not, it doesn't make any difference. I had some sand and some shells and rocks and things like that at my house because I like to get crafty. But if you guys don't have that, you can always go out in your yard. You can get soil. You can get, sand if you've got it somewhere, or if your parents are taking you to the beach or something like that, at a social distance. But you can always, find things out in the yard, maybe some moss, like that weird, like green, like little thin stuff on the ground that you can put in there. You might be able to find shells and rocks and that kind of thing. And I just made some layers using what I had. And then I put some pretty shells at the top. And then I'm on Etsy ordering some succulents. And those are what I'm going to put on there. I don't know if you guys have ever seen succulents. If you haven't, they're amazing and you totally should. So if your parents are going to Home Depot or Lowe's or anything like that, they have some there. And they're really super cool because you don't have to water them a lot. So Miss Filio won't hurt them like I do other houseplants. So you know that they're succulents because the leaves are kind of like juicy. That's why they're called succulents. So this is like a type of jade plant. And what's cool about them is that some of them grow, which is really funny. These are called pups, these little things, and you can actually take them. I don't even know if you can see that. You can take them and you can pull them off and they'll create like a whole other plant. Or for like this jade, one of these leaves was pulled off and then it grows roots and it grows a whole other plant, which is ridiculous. and super cool. So yeah, if you guys have some, you might have them in the yard because some people use them in their yard, and then you can just pull some off and they'll regrow their roots. So what I'm going to do is put them on top here, and with succulents, you can really just kind of like, they hang out at the top. They like to be squished in together. So I'm going to order some and maybe use some of my other ones. I have a bunch more, and kind of like put them around the top. But if you guys make one, let me know. Or if you see cool pictures of them, let me know. You know, some of this stuff is giving me an idea for when we get back to school, that maybe we can do some pop-up workshops or things like that. And we can make some there. So if that's something you're interested in, I'd love to hear about it. And then I can let the lovely Miss Spurgeon know, and she can, we can work something out. And until then, send me pictures of things you're working on, and let me know how you're doing. I appreciate everybody reaching out to me on Schoology and through email. I love hearing from you guys. So tell me what's going on. If you need anything, schedule changes, let me know. So let's do a card real quick before we get off of here. These are our empowering questions cards. All right, so let's see this one. Oh, this is really long. Okay, this one says, see it here, see it. Let's see. What are my most important values, and how are they reflected in my life and in my daily decisions? Well, this is interesting because I can remember answering this with students and using this in journals with students, but now it's a little different now, isn't it? It's kind of like what I was talking about with the changing the habits. So for me, my most important values are being kind to people, and just being conscious of what kind of effect I have on other people, because in my little bubble, I know what I like, but that doesn't mean that's for everybody, and I have to be conscious of that when I'm talking to other people. And now that's changing a little bit, right? Because we've got this whole new crazy situation, and I think it's reflected in my life based on the way that I treat people, obviously the career that I've gone into, and the relationships that I can make. And in my daily decisions, like right now, during a pandemic where we're all quarantined, it's reaching out and doing things like videos where I can talk to my students, and getting on Schoology and checking in on people, and just making sure that I'm a little extra diligent in who I talk to. So what about you guys? Use this in your, if you're keeping a journal, and answer it. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.